Welcome to another edition of Pastor Kumuyi's Illustrations.
He was telling them that the divine order for faith is that within the church, if somebody has a quarrel against any, you go to that person, you talk to the individual, all alone, one-on-one. If he refuses to hear, Jesus said, call 2 or 3 brethren that know both of you and settle the matter. If he refuses to hear them, tell it to the leadership of the church. If he refuses to hear the church, leave him alone. Let him be unto you as a publican, as an unbeliever. Matthew chapter 18, verse 1. Sorry, verse 15. Matthew chapter 18, verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. Don't go and tell your mother-in-law. Go and tell her alone. Don't go and tell your father-in-law. Tell your husband alone. Don't go and tell your neighbors living in the community to come and judge for you. That's like going to court. That's going before the unbelievers to come and settle your problems for you. Don't go and tell the co-workers. Tell him alone. That's what Jesus said. And Jesus said, you go into all the world, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. This is what he commanded. What if they don't hear? Verse 16. But if he will not hear thee, take with thee 1 or 2 more, that in the mouths of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. And if they shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. Don't go to the church first. I think some pastors that don't understand the word of God, they make people to jump the 2 steps first. You know, they run to the pastor, and the pastor delights in wasting his time. And is busy about settling disputes every time. I announce this to the church, I'm always here on Wednesday. And any problem you have, come and tell me. That's why we're here. We're not here to read Bible. We're not here to study. We're not here to pray. We're not here to prepare messages. We're here to listen to all the conflicts and disagreements you have, one way or the other. And on Wednesday, the place is filled up. And one by one, the pastor will sit down there. And so pointed at my face and said this and said this. Is that what? Have you told him? No, you told us to come to you. And then, have you resolved it with him? No, you told us that sure, you always say on Wednesday, and that whatever problem we have, we should come. And then another one comes in and he says, I want to say, Pastor, I don't know the kind of food my wife is cooking. And, you know, it's terrible. And I don't enjoy eating at home at all. Have you told your wife? No, you told us to come. You say you're here on Wednesday. We should come. I've not told her, but I come to tell you, so that you will be my errand boy to go and tell her how to cook good food. We have kind of degraded the ministry of counseling. And it is just like, it's so cheap, the things we're dealing with. And sometimes, you know, I didn't sleep at night, Pastor, I'm having headache. Okay, have you rested? No, you know, you say you're always here, and I want you to pray for me so that my headache will go. You could have solved that problem yourself. And you could have even gone to the dispensary or hospital to settle all those minor things. Or you're wasting the time of your pastor. Why don't you just understand? This is what the Lord had said. And what we're doing now is not counseling. It's wasting time. But you come now, you understand that if you have an offense between you and your brother, go to him. Between you and your sister, go to them. Or there's suspicion between one person and the other, go and check it out with them. And don't carry it on like that. When I get to the pastor, I'll tell him, those pastors are wasting their time. And so, it says, you tell him, if he does not hear, take 1 or 2 with you, and then settle it. And if he has not heard, tell it to the church. Look at that verse 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a heathen man or a publican, a sinner, an unbeliever. Just leave him to himself. He's not born again. Leave him to himself. He's not a child of God. We're taking all the steps that Christ told us to take, and yet it's not receiving instruction. It's an unbeliever. That's the divine order for the...
I hope you have been blessed by this edition of Pastor Kumuyi's illustrations. Please don't let this illustration die. Pass it on to others, and you could be of help to someone somewhere. Till we meet next week again for another edition of Pastor Kumuyi's illustrations. Remain blessed.